afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the midweek edition of Live at 4.
Yep, we made it to midweek.
It's Wednesday, and March Madness is beginning.
We're going to have a live shot from Chicago. The Big Ten tournament gets underway today.
That's topping our news today. We're live in Chicago to break down the scene from the United Center.
Our Andrew Banstra will join us momentarily. A series of close calls has shaken the airline industry from near misses to in-flight chaos. Today, a Senate committee is asking about safety in the skies.
And today on International Women's Day, a focus on pregnant women who are behind bars. But first, let's take a look outside. What a great March day today.
Beautiful, sunny.
Mid-40s. But you know what tomorrow is? Thursday. Another Thursday snow and Greg's in the backyard. What are we looking at here?
Yes, March Madness comes back to the winter, too, so we're going to have snow. And we do have the alert day. Confidence has grown over the last several days that we're going to see significant snow from tomorrow evening through Friday morning. 6 to 9 May plus inches through Friday morning, and this includes all of southern Wisconsin. Once again, it is a Thursday-Friday system, which we've seen a lot of these since early January. Winter weather advisories are out for east of Richland County. Those include for snow for 3 to 6. That is from later tomorrow afternoon through Friday morning. Otherwise, we have winter storm warnings to the west, and that includes all of our western viewers, and that begins tomorrow at noon and then through 6 a.m. Friday morning. Snowfall, like I said, 6 to 9 inches for a lot of the areas. We may see isolated spots a little bit higher. Further to the north, it'll be less just because they're away from the system, and further to the south, it'll be a little bit less due to rain mixing in with the snow right now. As we look ahead to what we're seeing, and the road conditions are going to be the big thing, but I'll break down exactly when we're going to see the start and end of the snow, but more important, when we're going to see the worst travel conditions and times, which, like I said, tomorrow afternoon through Friday morning is definitely the time to be aware of. And unfortunately, this is not the end of the snow, because we may have something else for the weekend, something as we turn our clocks forward. I'll break that all back down a little bit later in the broadcast.
But tomorrow morning, okay.
Tomorrow morning is good to go so far, so it really doesn't start till tomorrow afternoon.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, the big game is taking place tonight at 5:30 as the Badgers hope to punch their ticket to March Madness with a deep run in the Big Ten tournament. If that's to happen, it all starts in Chicago.
Our Andrew Banstra is live outside the United Center. Hi, Andrew. Big night in the Windy City for the Badgers.
Yeah, it really is, and it's windy and cold down here, but that's not stopping Badgers fans who have already started coming up here to the gates at the United Center in Chicago. Really excited for the Badgers in tonight's game. Those 12th-seeded Badgers are 17-13 on the year. Now, they play Ohio State tonight, who they only saw once this season. They did beat them in that contest. If they win tonight, they play Iowa tomorrow, but as Coach Greg Gard said, let's just worry about tonight and then get on. This is a Badgers team, though, that's going to need to win at least a couple of games to get themselves back onto that right side of the bubble in bracketology. Right now, it's looking like the Badgers, if everything ended right now today, they wouldn't be looking so good, but a couple wins will push them over that limit and hopefully go dancing into March. Starts tonight with hopefully a Badgers win, though. And for now, in Chicago, from the United Center, I'm Andrew Banstra for News 3 Now.
Andrew, thank you. Have fun tonight. We'll talk more about this with Sports Director Zach Hanley coming up in just a little bit. A Madison City Council vote last night means downtown Madison could be getting taller. The council approved an amendment to the existing zoning rules that would allow buildings with affordable housing to squeeze in more bonus floors, as long as the whole building is still under the height limit in feet. District 2 Alderman Patrick Heck says he hopes allowing developments to add more units will incentivize them to bring more affordable living options to downtown.
New buildings still will only be able to be as tall as the current map allows them to be. It's just that they'll be able to squeeze some more floors in if they can, and if they include this affordability bonus. They can perhaps include these extra floors to get more units and serve our downtown community that's so desperate for housing.
50% of the building's units would need to be affordable in order to qualify to add bonus floors.
Women's Day is getting highlighted all over the world and right here in Madison, with one group highlighting a group of women who are often not included in the conversation, women behind bars.
Our Tahlil Modine spoke with organizers pushing state legislators to offer more support and protection for pregnant women while incarcerated. Tahlil?
Mark and Susan, the bill that members of the advocacy group Free are hoping will be made law is called the Dignity Act. The founding principle is that respect should extend to women who have made mistakes. Earlier today, the group of women who were either formerly incarcerated or had family behind bars were joined at the state capitol by supporters and State Senator Lena Taylor. Taylor says despite state policies limiting the use of restraints on pregnant women to extreme circumstances, more needs to be done for permanent support.
I couldn't believe, as a mother, as someone who has gone through pregnancy, that we would shackle individuals during such an experience. The trauma that is for the mother, but also for the child, is what motivated me.
In addition to ending the shackling of women behind bars beginning 6 months into their pregnancy through 6 weeks postpartum, bill advocates are also pushing for doula services. Now, similar bills have been introduced in the past but have not been successful. Tonight at 5, we'll share why supporters of the Dignity Act say this time is different.
He'll see you at 5. Thank you. Outstanding undergraduate student researchers from across the University of Wisconsin system showcased their work today at the UW System's annual Research in the Rotunda event at the state capitol. This year marked the 19th annual showcase with more than 100 undergrad students from Wisconsin public universities displaying and discussing their research findings. There's everything from social science research to lake research to migratory birds.
It is a great feeling. I love being able to collaborate with other students at other UW System schools. It's a great way to meet people, and it's a great opportunity to talk to some powerful politicians in Wisconsin and spread the word on what we're working on.
The student presenters that we spoke to were very thankful for the opportunity to display their research in such a prestigious place as the Capitol Rotunda. A series of close calls has shaken the airline industry, from near misses to in-flight chaos.
The Senate Commerce Committee questioned the acting head of the Federal Aviation Administration today about safety in the skies. Bradley Blackburn reports.
Members of the committee.
The administrator in charge of aviation safety faced lawmakers just days after the latest in-flight scare.
What the heck is going on in air travel?
Over the weekend, passengers subdued a man who was later charged with trying to open an emergency exit and then attacking a flight attendant.
Since I'm taking over this plane.
What would have happened if he had succeeded in opening the door mid-flight?
Let me just say, sir, that on a pressurized flight, he would not have been able to open the door in flight. That being said, it still is not the kind of behavior you would expect to see.
On Monday, 2 United Airlines planes clipped wings on the tarmac at Boston Logan, just the latest in a series of close calls.
We have seen near misses and incidents that remind us that aviation safety requires constant vigilance.
As acting head of the Federal Aviation Administration, Billy Nolan is overseeing agency reforms, including hiring about 300 employees to its safety office in the years since 2 Boeing 737 MAX crashes killed nearly 350 people.
Is the 737 MAX actually safe? Have we done the necessary work here?
The FAA scrutinized Boeing's safety fixes before lifting a 20-month grounding.
I can say categorically that the 737 MAX airplane is safe.
President Biden has nominated Phil Washington to lead the FAA, but Republicans are vowing a fight, saying he's not qualified for the job. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
U.S. officials are working with Mexican authorities to get the bodies of 2 Americans who were abducted and murdered in Mexico back to the United States. The White House is determined to bring justice to those who kidnapped 4 Americans in northern Mexico last week. The terrifying ordeal unfolded last Friday when Latavia McGee, Eric Williams, Zindell Brown, and Shaid Woodard were abducted after crossing the border at Brownsville, Texas. Investigators believe the Gulf Cartel was responsible for the attack, though it's still unclear why they were taken at gunpoint.
This is clearly a priority for us, and we want to get to the bottom of this.
McGee and Williams, who was shot in the leg, were returned to the U.S. in an ambulance yesterday. Williams is recovering from surgery in Brownsville, Texas. Mexico's president says those responsible will be found and punished. So far, a 24-year-old man is in custody.
Well, today the heads of various intelligence agencies spoke publicly while testifying before Congress. Lawmakers had plenty of questions for U.S. intelligence chiefs about the dangers Americans face from countries around the world, but especially the threats coming from China. The intelligence agency leaders testified about threats from China, including the infamous spy balloons, cyber threats, and even the intelligence report, which laid out the possibility that the coronavirus originated in a lab in Wuhan.
Needless to say, the People's Republic of China, which is increasingly challenging the United States economically, technologically, politically, and militarily around the world, remains our unparalleled priority.
The FBI has long assessed, going all the way back to the summer of 2021, that the origin of the pandemic was likely a lab incident in Wuhan.
Lawmakers also wanted to hear the latest on the possibility that China could provide weapons to Russia to help in its invasion of Ukraine. While weapons of war remain a concern, cyber threats pose new challenges that governments are still struggling to catch up with. Lawmakers also laid out their concern that user data from TikTok gives China a popular weapon in the cyber war.
The need for help to cover heating and cooling costs doesn't go away no matter the weather, but we do have a big winter storm coming tomorrow, so the timing is good to ask for your help. News 3 is once again partnering with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Energy Service Inc. for a Day of Warmth telethon tomorrow and donation drive. We're raising money for those in need across the state. It starts tomorrow afternoon between 4 and 6:30 p.m., but you can donate ahead of time. All of the information is on channel3000.com.
When we come back, more on the Badgers-Buckeyes matchup at tonight's Big Ten tournament.
Sports director Zach Hanley will join us to tell us what to look for as the game progresses and as the tournament progresses. That's when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, Live at 4.
Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra from US Cellular. With the most powerful processor yet, it can game smoother than ever. With nightography, it can take selfies in low light. Click. And with a longer battery life and US Cellular's 5G network, it can stream my favorite shows around the clock.
Amazing. Can it go back in the bag?
Yeah, it can go back into the bag.
Okay. Did you just kiss the phone?
The new Samsung Galaxy S23. Free for everyone from US Cellular.
I kissed it?
Yes.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain. Did you know that Wisconsin Vision offers telehealth eye exams? I just scheduled my telehealth eye exam easily on their website. Once in store, a tech helps get me started and then pre-checks my eyes. See my eye on the screen? Then I have my telehealth eye exam virtually with a licensed optometrist on the TV.
Everything looks great, Kate. You're going to love your new prescription.
Ask us about our $59 eye exam. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
This month, meet Madison Magazine's Chef of the Year. How Sean Farr's approachable food with a twist is redefining upscale dining. And learn the common thread that links 3 very different clothing empires. Madison Magazine, online and on newsstands now.
Want to know right now what the weather will be like tomorrow? Download the First Warn Weather app and you'll get my customized forecast for tonight and tomorrow.
The First Warn Weather app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
Welcome back. We're seeing a record early start to allergy season.
Allergy-triggering pollen is hitting the South and the East Coast earlier this year than ever before. Waves of the yellow-green dust are flooding the air and coating everything from car windshields to sidewalks. In Atlanta, the pollen count climbed to the extremely high range on Monday, the earliest it has done so in 30 years of record keeping. And Washington, D.C. hit a similar level a month ago. A report from the nonprofit group Climate Central found that allergy season has gotten longer and started earlier on average since 1970.
So the snow's not that bad.
No, for us, that's true. That's the positive spin on it. Car thefts jumped during the pandemic and have now hit a mark not seen in almost 15 years.
This Hyundai has been stolen not once, but 3 times. Sheila Hughes, who's a member of the U.S. Air Force, says her car was first taken in 2011. Police eventually found it. She had it fixed, only for it to be stolen again and again. Hughes is a victim of a crime wave that took off during the pandemic. Since 2019, vehicle thefts have increased a rapid rate, hitting more than 1 million last year, the highest total since 2008. The problem is more prevalent in some states. Illinois and Washington State saw thefts jump more than 30% in 2022. New York was up 23%.
We do anticipate throughout the next year these numbers will continue to increase. Key fobs left in cars are a primary issue with cars being stolen.
Madison city leaders announced plans on Monday to file a federal lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai, alleging the car manufacturers have failed to install anti-theft technology in their vehicles. Vehicles made by both manufacturers have been targets of widespread thefts over the past year because of security vulnerabilities that allow thieves to start a car using nothing more than a screwdriver and a USB cable.
The Federal Trade Commission has launched an investigation into Twitter's privacy practices.
The move comes after a House subcommittee disclosed a dozen letters from the FTC to Twitter looking for information about the company's operations under its new leader, Elon Musk. It marks a rare public confirmation of a probe linked to alleged violations of an FTC settlement, which was designed to force the company to improve its protection of user data.
President Biden is set to unveil his budget tomorrow in Philadelphia, a city in a critical battleground state.
A $2 trillion deficit reduction will be a central part of his proposals. The president's budget funds Medicare and Social Security long-term by increasing taxes on the wealthy and quadrupling tax on stock buybacks. The president's budget is unlikely to become law, as presidential budgets rarely pass through Congress untouched. Stocks were mixed on Wall Street. The Dow Industrial is down 58 points, closing at 32,798. The NASDAQ managed a 45-point gain. The S&P 500 was up 5.5. Well, the Big Ten basketball tournament starts today, as we told you earlier, runs through Sunday at the United Center in Chicago.
The Badgers face off against the Ohio State Buckeyes in a little over an hour. Tip-off is tonight at 5:30.
And sports director Zach Hanley joins us now to walk us through the game. What do you think is going to be the key to this?
Well,
the team with the most points.
Yeah, right. But Badgers are going to have to play like they did in the beginning of the season. You know, they haven't won back-to-back games since December. And then they won 6 straight in December and the first game in January. But let's take a look at the bracket real quick. So like you guys mentioned, Badgers playing Ohio State. They only played one time this season about a month ago. Badgers won by 5. But they blew an 18-point second-half lead and made it a lot closer than it should have been. Now, Wisconsin, I think they just need to stick to what they've been doing in the beginning of the year. Give the ball to Steven Crowell, give the ball to Tyler Wall. Those two are coming off both 21.7 rebound performances against Minnesota. They need to play defense, and they need to not have long scoring droughts. So if they win that game, then they're going to advance to play Iowa, which is the team that they beat 2 times this year. Hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, but they need that because when you're thinking about NCAA tournament, They need more wins than losses in the Big Ten tournament to be safely on the right side of the bubble. So beat Ohio State, beat Iowa, then you get Michigan State. Then I think they're safely in. But again, this team hasn't won back-to-back games in a long time. We're asking them to win 3 straight games. Who knows? And they've never played in the opening weekend of the Big Ten tournament when it's been a 14-team seed and the 12 seed. That hasn't...
Fingers crossed, I guess.
They've never been a 12 seed before.
How do you like their chances against Ohio State tonight?
You know what? This team is so hard to figure out. You think that they're going to play well, and then they don't. And you think they're going to play bad, and then they play well. So I think they're going to beat Ohio State. But again, beating Iowa 3 times in a season, that's never easy. And in the history of the Big Ten, a 12 team has only won 2 games once, or a 12 seed has only won 2 games once. And that was in 2016. So history is not on their side, but it's March Madness.
Right, anything could happen,
right. One game at a time.
That's exactly
and
right.
And then Selection Sunday is this Sunday,
This Sunday,
right?
so they could be sweating. Like, we'll be sweating.
The chances of winning, do they have to win all 3 to get into the NCAA tournament?
It would help. It would help.
Okay.
2 for sure.
All right. Fingers crossed. Zach, thank you.
Thanks, Zach.
We come back helping save the bee population.
Scientists have come up with a vaccine to fight a disease that's killing bees, and how it works is quite unique. We'll have that story coming up after Greg's Alert Day forecast.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Team, I need a volunteer. We need promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes promotional product success easy. For high-quality items, go to 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
New iVisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose to reduce dryness, discomfort, and strain. iVisia. We see a better way.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new AbEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is extremely hard to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing AbEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
AbEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck. So that stomach overhang that you mentioned becomes a flat, tight tummy fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation now to learn more about AbEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-800-848-9429 or go to sonobello.com.
Well, take a look at this. People in India celebrated the festival of Holi, the Hindu festival of colors that marks the arrival of spring. After 2 years of subdued festivities due to COVID, the Holi celebrations brought the revelers back on the streets, smearing each other's faces with bright powdered color, distributing sweets and squirting water at fellow festival goers. Holi traditions vary across India. In most parts, the holiday is celebrated on Wednesday, turning the streets and lanes into playgrounds with people of all faiths joining the festivities. They also include water balloons and squirt guns.
And dancing. That looks like fun.
The arrival of spring.
Yes.
See, I thought India was in the southern hemisphere, but apparently it's not.
Well, I don't know.
Well, it's a spring. They're celebrating spring.
Spring. Well, it's not spring here. Well,
it is.
Technically, it's
You told us it was spring on March 1st.
That's meteorological. We'll flip a switch.
So we got more snow than we thought at first.
Yeah, it's up to about 6 to 9 right now, and we could see quite a bit coming tomorrow evening through about midnight. That's when the heaviest and probably more travel impacts could be. So we'll break all that down, exactly when it happens and when it will stop after the break.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big spring thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our spring thaw sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Oh no, I think I lost my debit card.
Okay, don't panic.
Don't panic, we're in a mall. Some stranger's probably tapping new shoes, tapping a washer-dryer combo, just tapping everything in sight.
It's okay, just tap your phone. With BMO, you can use your phone to freeze and unfreeze a lost card.
I can?
And you can always get a new card instantly at a BMO branch.
I got my tap back.
You ever seen someone this excited about a debit card before?
Oh yeah. Not this excited.
When a bank gives you instant peace of mind, that's the BMO effect.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show, Bike-O-Rama, is this weekend at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Spring is coming, so is the 27th annual Bike-O-Rama, and admission is free.
Dozens of factory reps from all the major brands will be on hand to answer your questions about the new 2023 models.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Test ride e-bikes on the huge indoor test track.
Clothing, helmets, parts, and accessories up to 90% off. Half price inner tubes.
All bicycles include free local service.
The 27th annual Bike-O-Rama at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
This weekend starts Friday at noon through 6 o'clock Sunday.
A lot of new dry eye patients in my office tell me about their frequent dry eyes, which may point to dry eye disease. Millions of Americans were estimated to have it. They also tell me they've tried artificial tears again and again, but the relief is temporary. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease.
Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation.
Why wait? Ask your eye doctor about a 90-day prescription for Xiidra today.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint for certain.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, it seems like we've been issuing a lot of alert days. It has been since January. It seems like every Thursday, Friday, we have an event, and it seems to be pretty significant, too. And this pattern, unfortunately, doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. So like I said, we have an alert day starting tomorrow afternoon, evening through Friday morning. And the snow amounts 6 to 9 inches, quite a bit with this one. And really, it's for all southern Wisconsin. We don't have to worry about any type of precipitation type. May start off rain, but it's going to be all snow. So freezing rain, sleet, we're not really going to see any of the parts of that issue. So if we break down between Thursday night and Friday, unfortunately, it's a short time, but it's still significant. Tomorrow, we're going to see some light rain or snow, a little bit in the afternoon. A lot of it in the morning may not reach the ground. By afternoon, we should see some light rain or light snow, especially western viewers. It'll spread east. Heaviest snow right now looks to be about 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., and that means really the highest snow rate, maybe 1 inch per hour, maybe 1.5 inches, and that definitely will cause road issues quite quickly. Accumulation will really be the factor at that time frame. Snow should taper off. Not so much it'll end. We'll see more light to moderate snow probably after 10, going through about maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, and we'll still see some accumulation. It just won't be as heavy as it is that time period. So we're pretty confident with the time period of when we're going to see the heaviest. Friday, looks like a lot of stuff will happen early on. From west to east, the snow should start to taper off fairly early. Morning commute, probably won't see a lot of snow actually falling at that time. An inch accumulation we could see probably Madison eastward. That area may see a little bit of snow linger into early afternoon and the winds start to turn the rack around. And the one thing with the roads, although they'll start off snow covered, we are in March, so it doesn't take much in the way to get those road temps to, to get wet or slushy roads. So I think by the afternoon and then going into the evening, most of the roads should start to become at least wet or slushy. Probably the worst would be side roads where you don't have the traffic, but a little salt in traffic should help these conditions. And once again, it's March, so we should start seeing some of it melt quite quickly too. If you look at where the track of the storm is, it's still kind of taking shape over the Intermountain West. That low is going to begin to push eastward. Probably Thursday, tomorrow morning, it'll be over in this area. It's going to stay south, and that's the good thing. At least it won't be as strong, but we'll be on the north side, so there obviously will be snow going on. By Friday, we get down, it should be around the Ohio River Valley, and that's going to move fairly quickly. So the good news, it's not going to sit here and spin for a while. It'll head east, and we'll be done with the snow fairly quickly. So that is the positive thing. But still, we're going to see a period of significant snow. Timing this out, here's your precipitation I talked about tonight. A lot of this is not reaching the ground. It's just cloud cover. As we go through the night, we'll start seeing temperatures fall back into the low 30s, upper teens. And then tomorrow, that is when the conditions at 2 p.m., you start seeing the precipitation push through. I think after 2 is when you're going to start seeing most areas turn to snow, and at least this time we should start seeing the snow hit the ground. And then by 4 to 5, that is when you're probably going to start seeing the heaviest snow. At 7 p.m., you can see the snow actually is becoming more moderate, maybe even heavy, and that's when I think accumulation will start spreading across the entire area. Then as we get towards tomorrow night, you'll start seeing it quickly taper off to just light snow, and by the time we get to 8 a.m., most of it's already east of the area. We're already starting to see the northeast winds pick up, temperatures around freezing already. That's the good news, and by the afternoon, as you see, the temperatures already getting to the mid-30s, so that should help road issues. Like we said, it should be melting, slushy conditions by definitely the afternoon, but the morning commute obviously will be snow-covered roads and treacherous that. 6 to 9, like I said, 6+ inches. I think there could be areas that even higher. Further south, probably 3 to 6. Up to the north, not quite as much just because of that. The next system, we're not done yet. We do have another one coming. Unfortunately, it won't be as much snow, but this is a Saturday night to Sunday system. There'll be another round of light snow, so we're not going to be quite done with this. But once again, not as like we're going to see this one. So we do have the alert day. Once again, going through Friday. Conditions will be improving quickly Friday. Weekend looks good, except Saturday night and Sunday. Obviously, we'll have snow with the time going forward. Another round of accumulation. And the next week, colder than average. Ending the week with maybe another, I don't want to say, dare I say, a Thursday, Friday system, but I think I'll put bets on we'll have another one coming up at some point.
But that looks like liquid.
That is warmer. Right now, we should be about low 40s for average high. So it doesn't take much. Like I said, the good news is it is March, so melting can occur quite rapidly, even if your temperature's below freezing.
So we've got about 24 hours left.
Exactly.
You know, it's time to get the car gassed up, get to the grocery store. Yeah.
Tomorrow morning should be fine, noon should be fine. It's going to be the afternoon, and especially 5 and 6. That's when that snow rate will start picking up.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, the world's first bee vaccine could help save the threatened honeybee population and, in turn, much of our food supply.
We rely on these essential insects to pollinate our crops. Ben Tracy shows us what all the buzz is about.
I can hear them buzzing around us.
Yeah, they're busy at work.
Brian Ashurst runs the Ashurst Bee Company. He's a fourth-generation beekeeper.
We run about 27,000 colonies.
His bees are part of one of the largest pollination events on the planet. California produces more than 80% of the world's almonds, and each blossom is pollinated by a bee.
We do broccoli, we do avocados, we do watermelons, we do onion seed, we do carrot seed.
Bees pollinate 1/3 of the food grown in the United States, essential to producing an estimated $15 billion worth of crops annually. But bee colonies are collapsing due to disease, parasites, pesticides, and even climate change-fueled droughts, which dry up the water and flowers they need to survive.
They're just decimated. Sometimes 50%. I've heard guys losing 70%.
So we're constantly trying to figure out how can we reduce these losses.
Jörg Meyer is a professor of zoological medicine at the University of Georgia. He constantly inspects these to make sure there are no signs of diseases, like the dreaded American foul brood.
It's a bacterial disease. And what happens after a few days, it's so bad that those little developing bees, the brood, dies, and they die, and it smells really foul.
It's so bad the government requires infected hives and all beekeeping equipment to be burned and buried. There is no cure for the disease, and until now, no vaccine to prevent it.
We were the first ones to do this.
Annette Kleiser is CEO of Dallon Animal Health, which partnered with the University of Georgia to develop the world's first honeybee vaccine. Unlike humans and animals, insects don't create antibodies, so scientists have long thought vaccines simply won't work. But in the lab, they discovered bees have a primitive immune system, and exposing a queen bee to some of the dead bacteria through her food created immunity in the hive.
I mean, it's like magic. You vaccinate the queen, and she passes it on onto the millions of offspring that make the colony.
So far, they have not seen any side effects or impacts on food products such as honey. The hope is this breakthrough will pave the way for other vaccines to control all sorts of harmful viruses and pests.
Are you willing to give this vaccine to your bees?
Yeah, I'm willing to try it out. I think because we're all looking for answers for things, we're willing to try things out.
Because the one thing we do know is that without bees, these fields would be a lot less fertile. I'm Ben Tracy in California's Central Valley.
You know, it's amazing. Our food supply depends on bees.
They're such fascinating creatures.
They really are.
They really are. Yeah.
Plant some bee balm, get them out there. All right, coming up next year on Live, before we continue to celebrate International Women's Day.
And then coming up next hour at 5, echoing 2020, a legislative committee met this week and is now poised to repeal vaccine mandates put forward by the Evers administration. Political reporter Will Keneally will tell us more coming up at 5.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Home Improvement is looking for 50 homeowners who need a new garage floor. 50 homeowners will receive test market pricing on our Renewity advanced floor coatings. Choose the color and style you want and your garage floor will be transformed in as little as 1 day. Renewity coatings are durable, damage resistant, and easy to clean. Plus, be sure to ask about our garage storage systems for keeping your space organized. 50 homeowners who call now will receive 60% off installation of Renewity coatings. Ask about 24 months, no interest and no payments. We'll take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 608-888-8537, 608-888-8537.
A lot of new dry eye patients in my office tell me about their frequent dry eyes, which may point to dry eye disease. Millions of Americans were estimated to have it. They also tell me they've tried artificial tears again and again, but the relief is temporary. Xiidra can provide lasting relief. Xiidra treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease.
Don't use if allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied, and unusual taste sensation.
Why wait? Ask your eye doctor about a 90-day prescription for Xiidra today.
It's Steinhoffel's Dream Vacation Giveaway. Get in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress for your chance to win a trip to sunny Hawaii. And right now, save $300 on your Beauty Rest Black mattress. Plus, get $200 in Steinhoffel's cash. Beauty Rest Black mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhoffel's 72-month financing. So save big and rest easy on your new Beauty Rest mattress from Steinhoffel's. Shop in-store or online today.
I'm Fernando, live outside of Boston. I've been with Consumer Cellular for 5 years. Consumer Cellular gives you all the same features that these big companies give you. What you get for the cost is remarkable. Why would you pay more money?
Why would you pay more when you can get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at just $20 a month?
I think they should raise their prices.
Sorry, Fernando. Our prices are staying low. So switch today and save. Call or go online.
New at 5 around the world, people are celebrating women. In Madison, some people are using the event to highlight the struggles faced by pregnant, incarcerated women.
A first warm weather alert day is in the forecast for Thursday and Friday. We'll be breaking down the latest in terms of the snow system coming up tonight at 5.
And ahead at 6, Madison skyline may look very different in the years to come. How the city's new ordinance could change the view and help address the crisis tonight at 6.
Giving the weather satellite a spin, we end up in downtown Los Angeles.
Nice and sunny, 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Already gridlock. 2 in the afternoon there.
Oh, yeah.
The traffic is something.
It is.
Isn't it? Well, protests are underway around the world to mark International Women's Day, with activists calling for equality and better pay.
CBS's Ian Lee reports from London.
A rally cry for equal rights rages in the Philippines. It's a time of crisis for protesters, with unemployment and violence against women on the rise.
Calling for higher wages, calling for decent work, calling for free and accessible public support services.
The fight for gender equality echoing around the world on International Women's Day. In Sri Lanka, women demand more help from rising inflation, while in France, many want the government to keep their hands off their retirement. And when it comes to governing, the president of Europe's central bank says women have an advantage.
Forgive me. Fewer testosterone, smaller ego. That helps.
Many global protests also called for solidarity with women in Iran and Afghanistan, where freedoms took a blow last year. A brave few took to the streets of Kabul as the Taliban continues to strip millions of women of their rights, like access to education and health care.
In Afghanistan, women and girls have been erased from public life.
The UN calls Afghanistan the most repressive country in the world for women, possibly amounting to crimes against humanity. Hafiza never wanted to work behind a sewing machine in a factory. She was studying law. Fighting back tears, she says, we all live like prisoners. We feel like we're caught in a cage. Now she's hoping, like so many women around the world, that one day she can break free. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
Well, still to come at 4, tourists have returned to the Hawaiian Islands following the pandemic.
Maybe too many of them. CBS's Peter Greenberg is in Maui and says crowds and prices are sky high. We'll talk to Peter when Live at 4 continues.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Make a grand entrance with a gorgeous new garage floor from Mad City Home Improvement. Our Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings transform your garage floor from dull and dingy to dazzling in as little as 1 day. First, we'll resurface your old dusty concrete floor. Then prime it and apply your choice of colors and flakes. Seal with a top coat for a showroom quality appearance. And ask about our garage storage systems and call now. 50 homeowners who need a new garage floor will receive special savings, 60% off installation. Ask about 24 months, no interest and no payments. And you'll be compensated for your time. Call during this program for a bonus, a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 608-888-8537, 608-888-8537.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can permanently remove stubborn fat in just one visit. Don't wait. The results I've seen achieved are truly outstanding.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Sexual assault of an 11-year-old. No
prison time. He raped a military veteran, left her for dead. Just 2.5 years. Raped a mentally disabled 14-year-old. Probation. How the heck did this happen? Janet Protasewicz.
If you could go back in time, would you have ruled any differently?
I would say no. Really? No time in prison? I would say no. Protasewicz set violent criminals free. Again and again. Tell Judge Protasewicz, stop protecting criminals.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts. Furniture for living. Furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Yeah, we just had an incident that was on the Beltline near Monona Drive near the ramp. The right shoulder is blocked, but so far that has not backed up any traffic. That was about 8 minutes ago that was on there. Otherwise, we go to Mount Horeb. Everything is looking good. 151, no issues to speak of there. Up to the north to the Dells, the interstates all look good. And to the south to Janesville, we're all looking good too. And your first warn update for your commute forecast is we're looking really starting at tomorrow morning. Everything looks good. Cloudy conditions, no issues. Noon, maybe a little bit of light rain, light showers going on, but that should be the problem. By the evening time, that's when we're really expecting the snow accumulation to pick up. Snow-covered roads, snow going on. So something to keep in mind of. Tomorrow's mostly good, but by this time tomorrow, things will look drastically different, you guys.
All right, thanks, Ray. Well, the weekend storm blew an unusual sight in the Lake Tahoe area. A pelican. One was spotted in the snow in South Lake Tahoe, looking lost.
Aww.
2 men were able to corner the big bird as it flapped its enormous wings. The people who rescued the pelican took it to the Lake Tahoe Wildlife Care Center, where the big bird can wait out the snowstorm.
Oh, that's good. At least it has a happy ending.
Yeah.
That snow is incredible there.
It really is. It's amazing. Well, around 37 million adults in the U.S. are estimated to have chronic kidney disease. That's according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Many of them don't know they have it. It's known as a silent killer. In the early stages of kidney disease, many don't feel sick. It can lead to high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, even early death. Symptoms that can appear in later stages of kidney disease include fatigue, muscle aches, swelling of your face, ankles, or hands.
If you're diagnosed early, there are strategies available to keep your kidneys functioning as close to normal as possible, as long as possible.
That's why doctors say to know your risks of kidney disease and talk to your doctor about it. You can also help protect your kidney health with a healthy lifestyle. That includes watching your weight, being active, and not smoking.
Well, some encouraging news if you're planning a spring or summer getaway with the family.
The Department of Transportation is rolling out a dashboard to let travelers see which airlines will let families sit together at no extra cost.
We talked to CBS News senior travel advisor Peter Greenberg about it from beautiful Maui. Well, Peter, the Department of Transportation unveiled its dashboard for air travelers. This is the tool that will help families travel together, right?
It is. It's a first step, because the U.S. Department of Transportation is most likely going to issue a firm and formal rulemaking issue here. But basically, United, American, Southwest, Frontier have already announced they're going to do it, meaning that they're going to make available passengers, meaning families, to sit together at no additional charge. Other airlines, of course, are going to follow suit. United tried to get out ahead of the U.S. DOT, but this dashboard is just a good reference tool for families, at least for the short term, to find out which airlines will charge you for sitting together and which airlines won't. But the marketplace is going to speak, just like, we'll see with checked bags pretty soon, and other airlines are going to have to follow suit. One of the reasons, of course, is the UST is most likely going to issue a formal rule banning the practice. So that's coming up soon.
Oh, very interesting. Well, speaking of the marketplace, you are in beautiful Maui in Hawaii. We can see a glimpse out of your window there. Boy, it really looks beautiful. What is tourism like in Hawaii now? Is it booming since the pandemic? And is Hawaii an affordable destination now?
Well, it's back to pre-2019 levels, and in fact, in some cases above it. I should tell you that the average room rate in Maui right now is about $700 a night. That's the average rate, and every hotel is running at about 85% occupancy. The real problem is managing the infrastructure, because every airline is flying here now, and the airport didn't get any bigger. So it's tough to find a gate. There are some delays pushing back and getting into a gate. It is, and of course, we've got spring break coming right around the corner. So the answer right now is yes, it's back, but they have to manage it. And if they don't manage it, it's not going to be a pretty place to be.
I was going to ask you, can they sustain this level?
Well, that's the question I've been asking for a long time, not just about Maui, but about every other destination. The travel demand never went away when Labor Day showed up. It stayed just as strong as it was before Labor Day. People made a decision. They didn't want to buy material items. They wanted to buy experiences. And as long as that's the decision they made, the money that would have otherwise gone to a new car, jewelry, clothing, electronic items is going to travel. So everything we're seeing right now indicates that demand will stay strong throughout the rest of this year.
All right. Aloha, Peter. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Peter.
Aloha, guys.
I want to go
Lucky
there.
duck. Oh, me too. It looks beautiful.
It really does. Well, we have 6 to 9 inches of snow coming. That can be pretty, too. Have a final check your forecast coming up.
They can't get over the garage. It's no other word for it. It's always a wow factor. There's no other word for it.
Let Mad City Home Improvement bring that wow factor to your garage with Renewity Advanced Floor Coatings. Beautiful weatherproof protection that's also great for patios, decks, and pool areas. Back with a lifetime guarantee plus a product and labor warranty. Remember, ask about our garage storage systems and call now. 50 homeowners who need a new garage floor will receive special savings, 60% off installation. Ask about 24 months, no interest and no payments. You're going to be compensated for your time, and call during this program for a bonus, a free $50 restaurant.com gift card with estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 608-888-8537, 608-888-8537.
For back pain, I've always been a take 2 and call in the morning guy. But my new doctor recommended Salonpas. Without another pill upsetting my stomach, I get powerful, effective, and safe relief. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
He sent me to 2 candidates for Supreme Court, 2 very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz. She believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly. He supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
Our first Warn Alert Day is in the forecast. We'll be breaking down the details and what you need to know coming up.
And in honor of International Women's Day, activists are drawing attention to the dangers pregnant, incarcerated women face while in prison. That's coming up at 5.
Their daughter has Rett syndrome.
She's all there mentally, but she's locked inside a body.
News 3 Now's Arman Rahman shares a family's struggle to move forward and the financial roadblocks that come with the diagnosis. Driven to Care, Thursday at 10.
ET starts now.
That's gonna go viral.
You're just gonna have to wait and see.
We're going behind the scenes.
There's a lot more to come.
Mind blown. This is like a dream.
Welcome to Entertainment Tonight.
Entertainment Tonight, weeknights at 6:30 on WISC-TV.
We have a first Warn Alert Day starting tomorrow evening, extending into Friday morning. Once again, heavy snow, 6 to 9 inches, potentially maybe more in certain areas through Friday morning. And this is all for southern Wisconsin, all areas should be expecting. There's accumulation. Hopefully we should fine tune this a little bit more by tomorrow. But right now it's a pretty wide swath of 6+ inches. A little bit less as you go further south with a little bit of rain will mix in, and then further north less just because they're further away from the system. But overall, it should be a plentiful snow prediction here. Things that we know, like I said, morning commute's going to be fine. Tomorrow will not. Evening commute, and Friday probably snow-covered roads. Colder as we get to this weekend, and we do have another round of light snow. Not as much as with this system, but something to come out. That'll be a Saturday night into Sunday morning time frame as you move the clock forward. Other than that, it gets cold next week, you guys.
Nothing but good news.
Lots of good news.
Thanks, Craig.
Thanks, Craig.
Next live at 4, Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us. He has all the latest medical news.
And it's time to look ahead to summer. This is what we need to see with 6 inches of snow coming. We'll preview this season's Concerts on the Square with the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Attention homeowners, Mad City Home Improvement wants to install our Renewity advanced floor coatings in real garages and pass along special savings to 50 homeowners. Take the first step in transforming your garage into an extension of your home. A clean space with a durable surface, engineered to resist oil, moisture, and chemical damage. Perfect for entertaining. And our garage storage systems keep your area organized. Hey, time is running out. 50 homeowners who call now will receive 60% off installation. Ask about 24 months, no interest and no payments. We'll compensate you for your time. Last chance to call during this program for a free $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call with zip code and location to qualify. 608-888-8537, 608-888-8537.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride. That comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community. Independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
A convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous. Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
In today's Final Touch, the much-beloved TV show Ted Lasso returns to Apple TV Plus next Wednesday.
Well, you now have a chance to live the Lasso life. To celebrate the return of the show, May, the lovable pub owner and passionate AFC Richmond superfan, played by Annette Badland, is hosting 3 stays at the Crown and Anchor Pub, which is the Prince's Head in real life. It's going to be an Airbnb for 3 days, situated in Richmond, London. And right around the corner from Ted's apartment, it may not be a locker room, but the pub still smells like potential for up to 4 guests who have the opportunity to stay overnight. It costs £11 a night, a nod to the number of players on the pitch. Head to the Airbnb website for all of the details. It's in October. That would be fun.
Very fun.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.